So for parts 4 and part 5 for techwear, there was some different audit findings that we had that we can report on. So if you open up this Excel file, you can follow along, and that first little sheet right there that you'll see is called part 4 summary, and that's where we'll start. So as we did the necessary audit procedures, there were 41 different sales transactions that had no related FedEx identification number or shipping number. And those total sales, as you can see, it totaled 1,751,911.73. Now those transactions would have affected both the sales account as well as the accounts receivable account. And we would need to reduce both of those accounts by that amount. And so you can see that on the part 4 summary as one of those first few items. The next one that we had was there were 37 transactions that were recorded in the improper period, doing with 2017 and 2016. So those transactions totaled 1,243,917.30, and you can see that both of those affected the sales and accounts receivable accounts as well. So we made the necessary entry to reduce those counts as well. And the last part for part 4, well, it was along with the same transactions. It was just that it needed to reduce the cost of sales and increase the inventory balance for those sales, and that amount was for $501,271.83, and that would have reduced the cost of sales and increased inventory. And those are the things that we found for part 4. And as you can see in that Excel sheet, there is a summary of those audit findings that took place in part 4. The next part in part 5, if you turn to the adjusted AR as of 12/31/2016 sheet, you can see that there was accounts receivable balance as of December 31st for $15,118,973.57. And where we get that value, if you just highlight column G, you'll see that there was a count of 2,141 transactions that we're dealing with, and that total amount of $15,118,973.53. And so that's where our adjusted AR as of December 31st, 2016 comes from. If we go to the next sheet, we'll have the net returns. And as we went through and performed the necessary audit procedures, we found that there was 2 transactions that this would have affected. And those 2 transactions, if you highlight column G again, totaled for $112,410.62. So what we do is we, on our part 5 summary sheet, our very last sheet, you can see that we started with that 2016 balance, and then we have the next few rows that have to do with the runoff, and that first one is net returns, which is the one we just talked about with those 2 transactions, and we'll see that we'll take that balance off. Now we can go to the net bad debt write-offs, and we can do the same thing as we did in the previous sheet. We can highlight column G, and we can see that there's 40 transactions that we're working with here, and those transactions total $949,448.65. And as we go back to the part 5 summary sheet, we can see that right after net returns, we have our net bad debt write-offs, and you can see that we'll take that amount off as well. Now we can skip to the net cash receipts, and just like we've done before, this one's a little bit longer. If you highlight column G, you see that there's 394 transactions that we're dealing with, and you can't see all of those at the same time, so you can scroll down if you'd like to be able to see all of those. And those all total up to $10,734,094.10. And we took that total amount and we added it on just like we've done for the other two. And you can see that our remaining accounts receivable as of May 31st, 2017 is $3,323,020.20. And so for parts 4 and part 5, these are the necessary audit procedures. Or as we perform the necessary audit procedures, these are the findings that we came up with and the necessary adjustments that would need to be made. And all of those can be summarized in the Excel sheet.